Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Gagan Kumar Koduru. Today I will walk you through the basics of entrepreneurship. Under that we have subtopic discover yourself and identify problems worth solving. First we will see discover yourself. So there is a flow theory that has been suggested. So we will be discussing the flow theory. And some of the case studies also we'll see under discover yourself. So discover yourself. So there are three things that we are going to discuss under discover yourself. So first one is find your flow. So it is as a successful entrepreneur, it is important to know what is your flow, what are you good at, what makes you motivated to do certain things. So it is very important to identify those interests, those passions, so that you can become a successful entrepreneur in your entrepreneurial journey. Second one, we'll see the effectuation. Effectuation is another very powerful theory suggested in which it actually force you to take actions rather waiting for certain things to happen in future. So effectuation talks about taking action, right? So third one, we will see the case study. So there is a case study on Tristan Walker. He coined the term extroverted introvert. So we will see why he is so successful, what make him different from other entrepreneurs in the market. So we will see the first flow, finding your flow, first thing. So this is the concept based on the flow theory. This is the flow theory suggested by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. So he is a Hungarian American based psychologist. So he suggested this flow theory. So it talks about the state of individuals, right? In that flow, individuals are fully immersed in doing certain activities. They don't feel where the time has gone. They're completely immersed. That is their passion. That is their interest. They never cease to do it. Every time that they do that particular task, they feel a sense of challenge in that. They feel a sense of motivation in that. So that is your flow of your mind. For successful entrepreneurship, you need to find out what is your flow, what makes you to motivated to do, right? You need to identify. So entrepreneurs who understand their flow can identify their strengths, right? So those who understand their flow, they can identify what they are good at, what things that they can do better, right? And they work more productively. Obviously, something you are interested, something which is your passion, you definitely tend to produce more productivity and make business decisions, the better business decisions that helps you in grow in your entrepreneurship. So this is the definition of the flow. Flow is a state of deep focus where a person is fully immersed in an activity, leading high productivity and satisfaction. It's very important, satisfaction. Not only you are, giving the high productivity, but it gives a sense of satisfaction, sense of accomplishment, right? So that works like, a drug, right? So to do better, right? So satisfaction. Entrepreneurial success often comes from aligning personal strength with business opportunities. So your personal strengths are aligned with your business opportunities. You are 100% sure that you will be a successful entrepreneur. So we will see the key elements of flow in entrepreneurship. So some of the key elements in entrepreneurship. One is clear goals. So entrepreneurs need a well-defined vision and objectives to stay focused. Actually, goals help you with a direction. You need to set a goal. For example, you are a startup company. Your goal is to acquire 1,000 new customers within 6 months. That is the goal. If you have that goal in your mind, you work towards the direction. So it gives the direction to you. It helps you to focus on that goal for better decisions, right? And second characteristic of the flow theory is that immediate feedback. Feedbacks are the tools really help understand where you are, and you can take a better decisions to improve on your business. All right, it helps you to strategize your business in a better way. Right, feedbacks are very important tools that we have. So feedback might come from various platforms. Customer definitely gives his feedback. At times, the investors who have invested the money in your business, they would give the feedback, and the stakeholders around you, they would give the feedback. In the market, right, when you're going to the market itself provides some feedback to you. So analyzing the feedback, taking the right decisions based on the feedback would make you a successful entrepreneur. Balance of challenge and skills. Tasks should be challenging yet achievable. Very important. Tasks should be challenging yet they should be achievable. Suppose if the task is too complex for solving, right, that leads to anxiety, stress. In other hand, if task is too menial, very small task, and there is no challenge in that, you might feel bored, right? So the flow theory suggests that you should find the middle path. The graph just above me says this only. Now you have capacity to act in x-axis from low to high, and opportunities to act from low to high, right? If you low to high in a y-axis. Now your capacity to act is low and your opportunity to act is high. It leads to anxiety, stress, because you have a less capacity to achieve that opportunity. Similarly, if opportunities are very less, opportunity to act is very less, and the capacity to act is very high, that leads to boredom. So your flow should be in between this. Suppose you have a low capacity, right? You should have low opportunity, right? Somewhere here. So if you have a high capacity, and you can aim for the higher opportunities. So this is one of the characteristics of balance of challenge and skills. And the fourth one is deep focus and concentration. If you minimize the distractions, you can achieve the greater productivity, and that also enhances your problem solving ability also. Lesser the distractions, more the productivity. And the fifth one is the sense of control. Now when you feel control, right, if you are controlling something, right, when you feel that I am controlling this, when you have confidence over that you can do that, right, confidence in decision making, right, and adaptability in uncertainty, right, even some uncertain things that might come in your way, that you're well prepared to face those uncertainties in your life, in the entrepreneur journey. And sixth one is loss of self-consciousness. So being fully immersed in the work without external worries, without fear of failure, basically. Some people think that if I do something like this, what people would think, without feeling judgmental, right? So you forget everything. Your only goal is to solve a specific problem, right? You are working towards that without thinking self-consciousness, right? Without thinking. So it makes you to fully immerse, right, in that work, and without any fear of failure, fear of judgmental, right? So you fully immerse yourself in solving the problem. The seventh one is time transformation. Time may seem to speed up or slow down when you fully engaged. When I was a coder, right, I used to code in a single stretch 8 hours. Still, I feel I spent only few hours, 3-4 hours I spent on that code, because coding was my passion when I started my industrial journey. So when you are immersed, the time will fly. All right. So these are the key elements of the flow in entrepreneurship. You have these key characteristics, you definitely succeed in your entrepreneur journey. The next one is the effectuation. So it is a decision making framework developed by Dr. Saras Saraswati that explains how successful entrepreneurs think and act under uncertainty. So it is a decision making framework. It actually forces you to take actions rather waiting for certain things to happen, right? And it also talks about converting the challenges into opportunities. In every challenge that you face, there is an opportunity as per this theory. So we will see some of the principles of effectuation. First one is bird in hand principle. Bird in hand principle says that start with whatever you have in your hand. The resources. It could be your skill. It could be your money, that is a little money, right? Don't wait for a huge money being invested by somebody, right? Whatever money that you have, whatever skill that you have, whatever the idea that you have currently, right? Whatever the resources that you have, it could be help from your relative or help from your immediate friend who can trust you. So using these resources, what you could do, start with that idea immediately without wasting time. The second one says that affordable loss principle. So initially don't spend too much of money on the startup, right? So start with what you can afford to lose, right? In case of any losses in your business, still you don't go bankrupt, right? So invest what you can afford. It doesn't, make much difference in your life. And the third one is lemonade principle. This lemonade principle talks about, embracing the changes, surprises, right? And change them into opportunities. So in every challenge, in every surprise, there is a hidden opportunities. So if you see the successful entrepreneurs in the market, the difficulties that they face, personally experienced difficulties, they find the opportunities. So you need to focus. If I'm facing certain challenge in my day-to-day activities, think how you can overcome those challenges, those difficulties, and surely you find certain opportunities, hidden on those challenges. And fourth one is patchwork quilt principle. It talks about, go for partnerships, right? There are pros and cons in partnerships, but advantages are more in partnerships than the disadvantages. So once you go for the partnerships, what happens is that the risk, in case of any risk, the risk will be shared among the partners. So the amount of risk that you are receiving will be part of the huge risk that you have encountered. On the other hand, in case of the profits, also benefits out from the business, you have to share those benefits among the partners. But as a startup, it is advised to go for partnerships. The fifth point is pilot in the plane principle. So what does the pilot does in the plane? He controls the entire plane. He owns the flight. He knows where to go, the direction in which he has to travel, right? So take control. Now you have to be pilot for your business. You have to take control. You have to decide. You have to take the better decisions. You should be able to run the business smooth. In case of any surprises, right? You should not feel overwhelmed with those surprises, but you should take the right decisions so that your business would run smoothly, right? So this is the fifth principle in effectuation. Effectuation is a very powerful tool, right? So if you follow these principles, right, if you have this mindset, you will be a great successful entrepreneur in your future. Now we will see one case study before we go to the Tristan Walker example. We will go to the Sarah Blackley example. She is also one of the successful entrepreneur, and she is a law student, and she before starting her own startup, she worked as a saleswoman, and she used to sell the fax machines door to door. She used to knock the doors and she used to sell fax machines in Florida, in US. So in summers, that is a humid place, and she herself faced a lot of issues with the garment that she was wearing under that sun with a humid, a lot of discomfort with her dress. She identified the problem while working as a saleswoman. Now she came up with this idea: why can't she invent certain product, right, which is more comfortable than whatever she is wearing, right, at present? So she invented this stripless inner wear for women. So when she took that idea to the manufacturers with the she just started that business with just $5,000 in her hand. So she traveled across the manufacturing units and she put forward her idea to the manufacturers. But unfortunately, all manufacturers turned down her idea. It says that it is of no use at all. And she was disappointed, and she came back. After 2 weeks, one of the manufacturers actually called her, and he showed interest to pursue her idea. After every discussion has happened, she asked one question: what made you to turn back to me? And he replied saying that he got 2 daughters. While having dinner, he started discussing your idea with his daughters, and daughters are really like that idea, and they suggested that her father should pursue that particular idea, because that is the difficulty of every woman in that area. So that is the reason he called Sarah Blackley, and he wanted to pursue her idea and manufacturing the stripless innerwear for women. And now Sarah Blackley is $1 billion organization, and she is a successful entrepreneur. Now, what is the takeaway from this? Now, there is a challenge that she faced on a regular basis, right? The stripless bras are her solution, right? The strips used to irritate her body, the sweat and all, right? Rashes, and so discomfort for her. So that is her personal problem. Out of her personal problem, she identified the opportunity and built $1 billion worth. As per her, everybody got $1 million idea with them. Only thing is that you have to look for those opportunities. Only thing is that you have to ideate, you have to brainstorm within you to find that particular idea, right? So this is the Sarah Blackley's journey, and we will see another case study, Tristan Walker. Tristan Walker is also an amazing guy, right? So he also faces certain issues, being a certain community from US. So the grooming kits that he is using, they're not specific to his community. It is designed for the white people of US. When he was using those tools, grooming tools, he identified there is bumps in the face, irritation after using those tools, because the curly hair used to grow inside his beard and used to lead the irritation. Now he invented a new type of grooming equipment for one section of the people in US, and it was a great success. And he is a CEO of P&G, Procter and Gamble. So he's a great guy, and he has converted his issues, personal problems into $1 billion organization. So he actually coined one term that is called the extroverted introvert. So he says that he is an introvert person within the deep inside, but he is able to overcome that introvertedness, and he became an extroverted person because of the passion that he is having. He says that he born as a poor, but he decided not to die as a poor. So that drives him to achieve the greater heights in his entrepreneur journey. So you should have the fire to achieve the greater things. Okay, we will stop this video here, right? Rest of the things we will see in the next video. Thank you.